My name is Jake Fine, the owner of Premier Socials. We are a social media marketing agency for high-level professional service business owners. In this video today, I'm going to take you through our entire client success journey from starting with us all the way to hundreds of thousands of followers, hundreds of millions of views, and how we do it every single step of the way. So from the day you sign up with us, I'm gonna take you from that entire journey onward, and I'm gonna show you through one of my most successful clients, Levy Baruch, how it worked for them, their progression, and how everything looks, so that you have a realistic expectation of what it's like working with us from day one. By the way, we haven't just done this for Levy Baruch. We've also done this for countless other law firms. We did this for Sanjay, who's also a lawyer in New York. He does criminal defense. We did this for Henry Galasso, who is a business broker in New York. We did this for Evan Rugen, a business funding company owner who went from 30,000 followers when starting with me to over 100,000 followers now and 8xing his business from 100K a month to a $10 million a year run rate. We also did Irina Yadgarova, who now has over 60,000 followers after starting with us at basically zero. I could go on and on about the clients that I've gotten results for using this exact process right here, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of credibility so you even trust what I'm saying. Let's get into the Levy Baruch client journey. So this is the step-by-step system that we use to take a client from start to famous and more rich. This is like literally what we go through from like when the day you sign up until 6 months in and even beyond, what the entire process looks like, what it feels like, how we come up with ideas, how we shoot everything. This is like a complete step-by-step guide. So I'm going to walk you through this right here. So we have our 6-step system. Immediately when you sign up, you're going to go into an onboarding call with me or your client success manager. And we're basically just going to go over exactly how we want to game plan your content. And then within 48 hours of that call, you will do an ideation call with your CSM, your client success manager. So coming into that call, we will have already done our research on your industry, what videos are trending, what topics are trending, what's going viral, what's not working, what other competitors of yours on social media are already doing. And this way we get a really deep understanding of what will actually resonate with the people on social media who are looking for what you do. So we come to the ideation call with that and present it to you. But also on the ideation call, you're gonna get your brain picked by us, and we are gonna take your expertise that you already possess and turn that into scripts. So we're gonna take, everything you already have in your brain and channel that into actual content. So that's what the ideation call is. So basically, like I said, we research what's already going on, what's already going viral, and then we mine the client's real expertise. We're gonna mine you for your expertise, cases you've handled, stories you've gone through, client success stories, client failure stories, myth busting, things you can't find online that you possess in your brain, stuff that's unique to just you. And we're also gonna talk to you about stuff that has to do with your personality. So we're not just making content about what you do, but we're also showcasing you. And that's the only way that nobody can copy you. Like, let's just take an accountant, right? So anybody can get on and chat GPT, look up facts about being an accountant. That is very replicable. Information is cheap, but the way you deliver it, who delivers it, and the personality behind the person delivering the information, those things are irreplaceable. So we mine you for your personality and elements of your personality that we can also make content about that attracts people to you and your expertise. So that's what we're doing in the ideation phase, right? We're gonna get on a call, boom, 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 everything. After that ideation call, we then go into scripting. So we do all of this for you. We take all the information from all the research we did and the ideation call, and we come up with a script document. So that script document looks something like this. So we come up with a script document like this, where we have the different series that we're gonna do with you, and we have a hook here that's personally written by us, and then we have the body and the close and the call to action. And all of this will be sent to you well before your shoot, so you have time to look over it and make any revisions or give us any feedback about maybe the way that we worded things, or hey, I don't want to say this, let's change this script or get rid of it and replace it with something else. So we send it with you for enough time to give us the feedback, but also get to know the material before the shoot, right? We don't want you to just come into the shoot completely blindsided by the material that we've prepared for you. Obviously, all this material is based off of the research that we showed you and the call that we had on the ideation call, so it's not completely foreign, but we might have come up with stuff in between the call and the delivery of the scripts. So we just want you to see everything, how it's worded, and get familiar with it, and also give you time to make changes for it. But this is all, an example of the script that would be sent to you. This is, one of our scripts that we did for our clients, Andrew Ruiz. And these are basically exactly what you'll be saying in your shoot with your videographer when you're doing all this. So, people think, how do you come up with the content? This is how it's done. Research, ideation call, and then scripting. It's very simple. There's a lot of, obviously, expertise and years of practice that goes into this, but this is what it actually looks like, and this is how we come up with all the ideas. So step 3 is the in-person filming. Now this here is truly what separates us from everybody else. We actually have full-time videographers on staff that are very professional, well-trained. They have really good equipment. These are in-house people. These are not freelancers that we randomly outsource to. These are in-house salaried people that we have, and they come out to you in person, whether that's at your office or a studio that you rent, and they film you in person. You never have to touch a camera or learn to shoot anything, and we film 30 to 40 clips in a matter of 5 hours because of all the preparation and scripting that was done beforehand. So, and even sometimes the shoots are like only 2 or 3 hours as you get more practice and as you get more used to shooting. So usually the first shoot is like 4 to 5 hours. We get all the content, we batch it all, so that really you're only spending 4 hours of time to get content for the month or longer. It's really well, and we get really good results doing this. So not only do we get everything done in a timely manner, but because we have such a good team and so much time and expertise goes into the preparation, we don't have to spend that much of your valuable time shooting the content. And also, because we're sending a professional who knows what they're doing, it takes even less time than if you were to do it yourself. So a lot of these social media advertising agencies, they make you buy the equipment, learn how to use it, and film yourself. We don't believe in any of that. We do everything with our own professionals, so this way, 1, we can just ensure better results, and 2, it takes less of your time. And no one else wants to do that because it is expensive, it is time consuming, it is more of a logistical hassle, but if you do it right, the results are better, and that's why our retention is so high. That's why clients keep re-signing with us. That's why our clients on average had 600% higher views in June than in the month of May. The stats speak for themselves, and it's because of this. So we put our money where our mouth is. We bring the professionals to you, and that's how this is done. So I want to use an example, Levy Baruch Law. It's one of the clients that I've taken the most viral and have been with me the longest, and I want to show you. Now we've shown you how the research goes and how the scripting goes and how the ideation goes, but I want to show you, once we actually start posting, 1, how the content looks, and then 2, the progression of growth that you're going to see with your account over time. A lot of my clients know who Levy Baruch is. They're really well known now, so a lot of people have been following them for a while, then they see my ad, then they sign up with me and they want results like that. And they expect to be getting as many views and have as much notoriety as Levy Baruch does right away. Well, that wasn't how everything started, and I want to show you guys a realistic progression of going from no social media to, almost 200,000 followers and growing rapidly. So let me pull up their page and show you exactly what that progression looked like. So Levy Baruch started with me in March of 2025. They're my first lawyer client, and they're one of my biggest case studies. We've taken them from just 200 followers on Instagram to and no TikTok account and really no content, to hundreds of millions of views. They've gained cumulatively across platforms over 180,000 followers just on Instagram and TikTok alone Instagram has 125,000 followers now. And this is what their account looked like on Instagram when we started. So like I said, they had 200 followers on Instagram, and we started their TikTok account for them. Right here was our first post with them. So they had a couple videos here and there. They took some of these videos and boosted them, but we really came in and took it up a notch. So their first video here, 8,000 views and 100 likes, and their third video got 40,000 views. Nothing crazy, but it wasn't this like big explosion. They were getting around 5,000 or 10,000 views per video for their first like week and a half, 2 weeks of posting, and then they had this one get a ton of traction, but it was a slow burn. This one got 679,000 views, and then everything went back to 5,000, 6,000, 11, and we kept posting all of the content that we shot throughout the month, right? But we only did one shoot, so it's not like we could, change our strategy based on what won. So at the end of the first month, we did another shoot, and we got more content. The idea is we do a 90-day program, right? So in the first 90 days, we're giving you the best platform that we can to jump off from when it comes to social media. So, we do all the research, we do the ideation, we come up with the best hooks possible, we make the best scripts, then we go shoot it, and we see what works and we see what doesn't work. As you can see, this one that worked was about, do Jews actually run the world? Obviously a very controversial subject. They're both Jewish guys. They're happy to talk about these controversial topics relating to Judaism because that's something they stand for. And we realized, hey, this is a good lane for you guys to go down. So we kept doing more content about Judaism and politics, and now that is what they're known for. So it wasn't, again, still, we're like 2 months in now, not explosive growth, right? But then we did one of these outside sidewalk videos, and this has more to do with their personal injury practice. We do one of these outside videos and it kind of blows up. So we keep doing more of them. We keep doing the Judaism content. We start catching more steam. Another sidewalk video about the stop sign law, that blows up. They just start slowly gaining traction over time. What I'm showing you now is about 3 months in. So people think, oh, these guys are huge, you can just come in and blow me up and build a huge brand like that. No, there was 3 months of trial and error, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. I am a lot better now than I was when we started at what I do. So we do get clients' results a lot faster now because we have more data and more strategy to go off of. But even still, sometimes it takes months for your brand to really catch steam, and that's should be, one, expected, and two, that's very normal, right? You can't just expect to, hire somebody and then, overnight you're famous and more rich and successful and everybody knows your name. That's, if I could do that, I would be charging a lot more than I did. What I can do is give you the best possible platform to jump off from, and then we keep iterating and slowly building you over time, and the growth that we get you will be faster than the growth you would get by doing it by yourself, that's for sure. But again, right here you can see we went back to the Judaism topic, why Jews were so successful. Boom, viral. Politics video right here, viral. But again, not popping off. And then we kind of took all of the data that of the winners that we had over time. And if I keep scrolling for a few months, you start to see where we really pick up steam is around here, 3 months in. And then you can just see, boom, like 100K, 10K, 17K. The views are really starting to climb, 25K, 116K, 1.1 million, 25K. Like, you see the numbers are really starting to climb. And now that we, again, have so many winners, we see what works, we see what doesn't work, we can put all of our attention on just the stuff that works and only do winning topics and keep building from there. So when we started, we had no data. We had no idea what would resonate with their audience and what would. 3 months in, we have a very clear picture of what content works and what content doesn't work, and that's the only type of content that we make. Now 90% of our content is stuff that we know is going to work, and 10% is testing other topics to keep finding new ways to build their brand. So you'll notice too, these are two lawyers, right? They do personal injury law. Them talking about Judaism. One, Judaism is a very controversial topic in today's political climate because of all that's going on with Israel. So obviously that's a point of controversy that's going to get more attention. So we realize that. And two, they are proud Jewish men who want to represent their religion. So they're happy to talk about that even if it gets them some controversial viewership, right? Some people are afraid of that. These guys leaned into it. Two, same thing with politics, right? But also, when you think about it, these guys sharing their political opinions and religious opinions and standing on them and making arguments, that shows that these are men with strong beliefs, strong morals, and also that these guys can make a really good argument and fight for their side, which you know, they're trial attorneys. They go against big insurance companies. I think that communicates well to people that could be their potential clients. So should everybody in every profession lean into this same strategy, talk about politics and controversial subjects? No. This works for them. They're trial attorneys. They fight people in court all day. They fight giant companies. They fight for the people. So it works for them. Should a dentist talk about politics? I don't think so. But we tailor your strategy to you and what's going to make you look the way you want to look. And you know, if you want to lean into these things, you can, but you don't have to. So as you can see, this is a realistic progression. And then from here, it was off to the races. All of their content is getting tons of views by this point, and it's just, you know, constantly escalating from here. Tons of million view videos, and now their content just gets tons of views. Obviously, there's ups and downs. We have to find new angles here and there, but we do that. That's what we do with you guys, and that's what this looks like. I want to talk about the way we edit. So after we do the shoot and before we start posting, we have our in-house editing team. We don't outsource our editing. Everything's in-house, so I can have the most control over it and influence it possible, and influence over the edits as possible. We edit everything so that there's no ums. We're cutting out all the the ums, the filler words, the redundancy when you speak, the bad takes. We cut all of that out. And we also we'll rearrange the order of the video so that the best, most engaging part is at the beginning. That's called the hook. If you get the hook right in your video, that's how you get all the views. If the most interesting part of your video is 30 seconds into the video, nobody will see it. So all of my editing team is trained to optimize for putting the hook at the beginning, and that's why we get the results that we get. That's why Levy Baruch was able to grow as quickly as they were. So we edit for the algorithm. Every cut lands on a keyword. The hook is put first in the video. We put a text hook in the video that catches even more attention. So not only is there an auditory, whatever you're hearing is catching you, but also there's visuals that are catching you, which is the text hook or the picture that we put at the beginning of the video. As you can see, we have this text hook here. We have these visual hooks here. All of this is done to maximize catching people's attention and optimizing for what the algorithm wants, which is more watch time. So if we can catch people's attention for 3 seconds, they're going to watch a lot of that video. And if the video has more watch time, it's going to get more views. All my editors know this. All my videographers know this. The people who script the videos for me, they know this. Everything is optimized around capturing as much attention as possible. So before we even start posting, that's what goes into the editing process. That's how we get these views, and that's how we build your brand. Without the editing done to optimize for attention, none of these results happen. So not only do we come to your office with, you know, professional lighting, professional camera, we light you properly, we give you a really nice microphone, we have the best cameras in the world filming you, we make sure you speak properly, we make sure you deliver the scripts in a way that's engaging, right? We don't let you sound monotone and boring. And if you do, my videographers have been taught and trained to coach you to sound better, so they'll make you re-say it again in a way that sounds more charismatic and more engaging. Not only do we do all that, the editing also takes that amazing file that was delivered to them, that amazing video file, and makes it even better. We make sure your skin looks good. We make sure the hook is put at the beginning. You know, all of this is done very carefully and thoughtfully, and these results don't happen by accident. We also add captions, on-screen text, and visuals. They're layered in to hold attention all the way through. So, you know, all of this is done. There's so much effort that goes into it. And once you approve all the edits and before we start posting, you will be assigned an account manager who's going to post every single day across Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn if you want, maybe even, and you can make changes to that content calendar if you prefer a different post going up at a certain time, which would be much easier, or even 15 times a month, which would be much easier. We do daily content because posting every day, one, it gives you more data. If I post 30 times in a month, I have 30 posts worth of feedback from the algorithm. If I post 20, I have less. This gives me faster ability to see what works and see what doesn't work, and then I can make pivots in my strategy to only do the stuff that works. The more I post, the quicker I get that data, the more I can make revisions, and the more I can change my strategy, and the more I can grow. That's why we post every day. It's much harder for us to post every day, but it gets much better results, so we do it. That's why. A lot of these other companies, they don't want to do it. It's too much of a logistical nightmare, but we do. So your account manager will make sure that you're posting every single day and that you know what's going out ahead of time, and you're able to change all that stuff. Again, very premium service there. Once we start posting, we also set up an automatic DM robot that's powered by AI that will take all the views and stuff that you're getting, because when you get all these views, you're going to start getting comments and you're going to get DMs, right? The comments and the DMs is where you actually convert people to become buyers. I think people have this misconception that, if I'm just getting 1 million views, somehow money just ends up from their bank account into my bank account, right? That's not how it works. This is a sales process that starts on social media. But how do you actually take this traffic and turn it into buyers? Well, you either need a person messaging all these new people and converting them into sales calls on your calendar, or with the magic of AI, we can put in our AI DM setter that will actually reach out to these people, have conversations with them, and book them onto your calendar. This way, we ensure that we're not just getting you virality and views, but you're actually getting calls booked onto your calendar. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. So we actually hired a developer in-house to build out this AI DM setter dashboard that you'll get access to when you start working with us. So it's connected to all my messages right here. It sees everything that's going on. It's responding to people, trying to book them into a calendar. We can see where people are at in the funnel, who's booked a call. We can create our own automations where we tell somebody to comment a certain keyword, and then the bot automatically messages them when they comment that. We can see how many leads we're booking. As you can see, in the last 30 days, I booked 22 calls. This bot, we can also custom program to qualify people based on what you're looking for in a customer. So for me, for example, it'll ask what type of business you run, and if you don't run the type of business that I'm trying to work with, it'll stop responding to you. If you do, it'll go on to the next step, which is finding out if you qualify based on how much revenue you're doing or how many employees you have, and it'll find out if you actually want to grow on social media. And if you pass all that criteria, it'll then offer you time slots where you can book on a call, and then it'll actually go into Go High Level for me and books them onto my sales team's calendar. So it'll do all of that for you. This way, we're actually taking the traffic and booking it into a call. And this is something custom made that only we have access to. Nobody else can use this except for our clients. So because it's custom, no one's doing this. So we're not just focused on, getting you views. We're actually focused on getting you customers, and this is how we ensure that you get customers from all the traffic that we're bringing you, like we're doing with Levy Baruch. This is the same system that we've used for over 70 clients in the past year, and it's created impeccable results. We have a 67% retention rate. After 90 days, the initial 90-day period that people agree to work with us, 67% of them are agreeing to at least work with us for another 90 days. That's what I mean when I say 67% retention rate, which, if you know anything about business, that's really good. And this system works not just for lawyers, but it works for our accounting clients. It works for personal injury, estate planning, immigration attorneys. It works for med spas. It works for dentists. It works for all types of high-level professionals because we've created it to work across industries. If you understand social media, you understand social media not just for one industry, but for everything. If you see the way in one thing, you can see the way broadly. That's how it works for marketing too. So we're having success with this with the huge majority of our clients. And the ones that don't re-sign, it's usually not because they're not getting views or clients booked onto their calendar. It's usually just for other unforeseen reasons that come up where maybe they don't like doing social media or whatever it is. But a lot of our clients are staying with us, and this is the process that they're going through. So that's it for the client journey. We took you through signing up with us, the research phase, the ideation phase, the shooting, the editing, the posting, and the progression of how the account actually grows over time and how we ensure the growth of the account. And we also showed you my DM bot that takes all this traffic that we generate you and actually does something with it and books calls onto your calendar, and how all of it works together for this flawless system, that has worked for dozens of clients across the country to date. So if you haven't already, click the first link below in the description and book a call with us to see if we'd be a good fit to help you grow your company. And if you already have done that, we look forward to talking to you and hopefully helping you grow your social media. My name is Jake Fine, owner of Premier Socials. Thanks for watching this video.